Hi everyone, thank you for being here today. I'm John Paulo Badillo from Southern Luzon State University, taking diploma in Industrial Technology. I'm here today to talk to you about input-output interface and memory system. Input-output interface provides a method for transferring information between internal storage and external input-output device. Input is the raw information entered into a computer from input device. Example, keyboard and mouse. Output is the processed data given as per given instruction. Is also called as result. Example, monitor, printer, speaker. Input-output bus and interface module. It defines the typical link between the processor and several peripherals. The input-output bus from the processor is attached to all peripheral interface. To communicate with a particular device, the processor places a device address on address line. The control lines are referred as input-output command. The commands are as follow. Control commands is issued to activate the peripheral and to inform it what to do. Status command is used to test virus status condition in the interface and in the peripheral. Data output command causes the interface to respond by transferring data from the bus into one of its register. Data input command is the opposite of the data output. Input-output processor is the first method the computer has independent sets of data, address, and control bus, one for accessing memory and therefore input-output. This is done in computer that provide a separate input-output processor, IOP. The purpose of the IOP is to provide an independent pathway for the transfer of information between external device and internal memory. In this method, two types of technique are used based on signal before data transfer. Strobe signal. Method of synchronous data transfer employs a signal control line to time each transfer. The strobe may be activated by either the source of destination unit. Handshaking method. Solve the problem of the strobe method by introducing a second control signal that provides a reply to unit and initiate the transfer. Asynchronous serial transmission. The transfer of data between two units of serial or parallel. In parallel data transmission, in bit in the message must be transmitted through in separate conductor. Path in serial transmission, each bit in the message is sent is sequenced on one at time. Modes of data transfer. Transfer of data is required between CPU and peripheral or memory or sometimes between any two device or units of two computer system. To transfer a data from one unit to another one shall be sure that both units have proper connection and at the time of data transfer, the received unit is not busy. This data transfer with a computer internal operation. Special characteristic of input-output. Input-output device allow data to be input-output between computer and outside world. Like memory, we need to read from and write to input-output device from memory. We provide address and read or write similarly for input-output. We need to identify which device and what operation. There is only one memory, so there is no need to specify which memory, but only which address. Special characteristic of input-output. But there are many input-output device, so we need to say which device to make in manageable. There is a uniform interface for all input-output device. Each input-output device is identified by a bunch of device register. Device register. Each input-output device has some unnumbered device register. Control register for CPU to specify what operation to do. Data register for holding data to from CPU. Status register from showing status of the input-output device. When should we access device? Asynchronous. Device always become ready after fixed number of processor clock cycle. Processor should read-write periodically. Asynchronous. No guarantees of device timing. Instead, device has a status register to indicate readiness. Required processes to be some synchronization tasks to determine when device is ready. For small data, load store from CPU. For large data, two option. Program input or PIO. Computer use load and store instruction to transfer data between memory map, device data register, and memory via GPRS. Ways CPU to do lowly work of transferring data. Universal asynchronous receive transmitter. The heart of any serial port is the universal asynchronous receiver transmitter or UART chips. These chips completely control the process of breaking the native parallel data within the PC into serial format and later converting serial data back into the parallel format. Universal Serial Data Bus or USB. USB ports are peripheral bus specification that provides PNP capabilities from outside the computer case, which eliminates the needs to install an expansion card and reconfigure the system. IEEE 3094 or Firewire. IEEE 3094 is another choice for fast speed external device. The 3094 was derived from the firewire was originally developed by Apple and Texas Instrument. Allow up to 63 nodes, with each node a maximum of 16 devices in each a chain. Memory system. The memory system serves as the repository of information data in a computer system. It is a collection of storage location. Each storage location or memory words has a numerical address, a collection of storage location from an address space. Means the place where we have to store anything. This is very essential part of human being, just like this memory is also very important part of the computer system because we have to store some data or information, or for storing these items we need some memory or space. There are several different types of memory. RAM or random access memory. This is the same as main memory. When used by itself, the term RAM refers to read and write memory. That is, you can both write data into RAM and read data from RAM. This is in contrast to ROM, which permits you only to read data. ROM, read-only memory. Computer almost always retain a small amount of read-only memory that holds instruction for starting up the computer, unlike RAM, ROM cannot be written to. PROM, Programmable Read-Only Memory. A PROM is a memory chips on which you can store a program. But once the PROM has been used, you cannot wipe it clean and use it to store something else, like ROMs. PROMs are non-volatile. EEPROM, Erasable Programmable Read-Only Memory. An EEPROM is a special type of PROM that can be erased by exposing it to ultraviolet light. There are three properties of memory that are inherency, incomplete speed capacity, and cost in general technology trades-off can be employed to optimize and two of the three factors and the expense of the third. Thus, it possible to have memories that are large and cheap, but not fast, cheap and fast, but small, or large and fast, but expensive. Memory system consideration. Memory controller. To reduce the number of pins, the DRAM chips use multiplex address inputs. Typical processor issues all bits on address at the same time. The required multiplexing of address bits usually performed by a memory controller circuit, which interpose between the processor and the DRAM. Thank you for watching.